for a quick break. Mind you, the WhatsApp number 0243765543, 0243765543. Send me your messages and everything you want me to air for you, and I'll make sure the world also hears your point of view. That is a Jeff, my name. Stay with me. I'll go for a quick break. When I'm back, we start the conversations right here. Alright, thanks for staying. I'm happy that you stayed with us. This is your sports world. We get cracking into the matters on the table. We have the first part of the show where we're going to talk about the UPG tournament, eSports tournament, the national one, and we have champions from all the other regions. And this time we're going to be talking about the final and to determine who becomes the national champion. Joining me here is Anthony Botchway, CEO of UPG eSports agency at organization. Anthony, Happy New Year.
Oh, the same to you, Dennis. Thanks for having us again.
It's always a pleasure to have you here. And I hope everything is going on well.
EPG eSport is always organized and ready to give the best of the best to the eSport guys out there.
And of course, he's not here alone today. I'm joined in the studio by someone from the United States. Eric Wood is also a managing partner of UPG Sports Agency. Eric, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me.
Happy New Year to you.
All right. Thank you very much. You as well.
Is it your first time in Ghana? Have you been in Ghana before?
It's my first time here. We moved here in August.
You moved in last year,
Moved
August?
here. Yep. So we've been here for a couple months. I moved my family, my wife and 5 kids, because we're excited about the opportunities here. So we moved here to be part of the exciting things happening in Ghana.
How is Ghana treating you?
We've loved it. Ghana's a wonderful place, filled with great people. So we've loved our time here.
So you are permanent in Ghana now. You're a permanent resident in Ghana.
Well, we're permanent. We don't necessarily have set plans to go back anytime soon. We'll be here as long as we feel we need to be. But the opportunity's here, so this is where we are.
Okay, so Eric is staying with us here in Ghana, and for as long as he will be, you understand he's going to be permanent. But Anthony, let me get back to you on the tournament so far. We know that it was an excellent one here in Accra. For instance, I was there to witness the Accra edition. Update us on the other editions across the other regions. What's the update?
It was a great experience. You know how it was with the launch and the Accra one, the people that actually attended. The Takoradi was crazy because we had to drive the whole team, EPG team, all the way to Takoradi for like a 2-day tournament. It was wonderful. We had teams such as Roots eSports, we had Originals eSports in there. We had great eSports teams coming to compete, and we were able to get 2 finalists from Takoradi to join in, and Kumasi too. We had 2 coming from there. The honest truth is, the tournament being the first of the kind in Ghana, we were very amazed with the turnout. We thought that probably a few gamers would be coming out, but we actually had a great number come out for the tournament.
So you are impressed with the
so far,
participation
it's a new thing, as you know, and our tournament comes with a very good and very big price tag, and we weren't expecting that we'll have that much participant. So it was great. It was within our planned vision.
Okay. So I'm happy that it was great for you. And so across the regions, who are the champions represented from all these regions? We know the Ashanti region, the Western region, Greater Accra region. These are the 3 regions for the first edition. We are the champions here.
Okay, so we have from Accra, we have Explosion eSport and Falcon, Team Falcon representing Accra. And from Takoradi, we have Play Province, and we have Root eSport representing
Explosion for
Accra.
Accra.
Explosion and Team Falcon
Okay.
for Accra. Then Takoradi we have Play Province, eSport.
Play Province.
Yeah,
Okay.
Play Province eSport and Root eSport representing Takoradi. Then in Kumasi we have Modern Role eSport and Originals eSport
Okay.
representing
Modern role and original.
eSport in Kumasi. So these 6 teams are just going to compete in the finals this year.
So let me get to Wood now. Wood, how did you get on with UPG?
Well, when I arrived in Ghana, one of my first priorities was meeting the talented entrepreneurs here so I could find ways to work with them. And I had a friend introduce me to Anthony. He said, Anthony's someone you need to meet. He's called a mover and a shaker. He gets things done. So I had Anthony over to my home and I said, tell me what you're working on. And he told me about UPG and I was captivated by it. You know, coming from the States, it's it's the next wave of sporting. It's huge. You know, a lot. In fact, a lot of the rising generation. There's almost more eSports players now than physical sports players. So it's becoming it is, but it's becoming a very dominant form of competition and entertainment. And so knowing that here in Ghana and across Africa, we're just as capable as doing anything that's done in the U.S. and often the same things will happen. UPG was intriguing to me because if I've seen what's happening there, it's really just a matter of time and really the right person and the right organization to pull it off. And UPG felt like the ones to be able to do it.
So I mean, with all the promises you've seen, I mean, how promising UPG is. What are you bringing on board to UPG and how the esports world will be in the country?
Yeah, well, I think what I bring is more of the. Running something like this is not easy, right? There's the logistics of the actual tournaments, and then there's the vision of where it goes. There's the business side of it, if you will, right? Because at the end of the day, these things are expensive to put on. They take a lot of time and effort, and Anthony knows how to pull off a really good tournament. So what I bring is I help with some of that vision in terms of where can UPG go. You know, it's starting out now right here in Ghana, but the vision is certainly much bigger than what we're seeing. And to be able to get it to where it needs to be is something I hope to help Anthony with.
You talk about it being bigger than what we're seeing. Paint a better picture for us. How big is this industry? I mean, esports industry.
I mean, it's a $1 billion industry, right? I mean, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry. If we're talking globally, it's massive. If we're talking about what does UPG focus on and what can we do, we see the opportunity being for gamers in the industry, starting here in Ghana and West Africa, but expanding across Africa. You know, we see UPG being the tournament, the esports tournament for Africa, where we're uniting players across all the African countries to participate in tournaments in their own countries, but then to work towards an African tournament where we're bringing together the top teams from multiple countries participating in an African-wide tournament. So this continent is huge. It's got tremendous potential for the esports. So that's where our focus is. We're focused on Africa. We're focused on becoming the esports tournament here, and not just becoming the dominant one, because that's not really a challenge at this point, just because there is very few tournaments happening, you know. So to become the dominant player maybe is not the biggest challenge. The challenge is taking it from this obscure kind of niche industry and making it more mainstream. It's getting more participation, both from those participating in the tournaments as players, but also showing that this is a great form of entertainment that people can participate in, as it can be just as much fun and exciting as attending your favorite physical sporting events. And so we want to introduce it to people in a way that get them excited about what it is, get them participating. So that's really, I think, the real goal of ours, is to expand the participation.
Let me get back to, Anthony, and if you want to talk about how you're starting this, I know that it will be very challenging individually, doing it all alone, and how to even attract, because it's new. It's a new industry you're trying to introduce in the country. I'm sure that you've been faced with a lot of challenge. Financially, how have you been able to manage yourself? Okay, I mean, going through the tours around the regions, it's not easy traveling across the country.
Yeah, like Dennis, you know how we started. We started with TV Africa, and it has been like TV has been a tremendous help, helping us, be giving us free time and all that. And you guys come and cover the tournament at the location, and all the hours we close the tournament as late as 10 p.m. So when TV Africa and other media partners make to the location and get that done, it helps us a lot. Financially, we don't know how we could thank you guys for that, but we're looking for in the future to be able to thank you guys in a nice way. Yeah, putting tournament together is a lot of financial stress, but my team members, EPG teams, have been very supportive in their own way. They have been able to work calling gamers, giving them the updates, making social media posts and all these things. And these are guys who are working from their heart. Like, they are totally committed to EPG and see the vision of it. Hosting a team from here to Takoradi and all those locations is a lot of money. Like, putting them in a hotel for 2 days, 3 days, taking care of them, busing. Like, even every team that competed in the tournament had a free jersey. So, like, every team competing has a free jersey, and that's a lot of money on its own. And even not talking about that alone, like logistics, some of the time we had to talk with some people, and because it's a new industry, some of our sponsors were like, oh, okay, let's see how it's going. And we had a lot of sponsors interested, but most of their budget was in the World Cup. So their budget was locked in it. But they given us a good word of faith that this year they're going to come on board. So we believe that their involvement will help the finals go smoothly and the participant to be much more like appreciated for their talent.
When is the final?
Okay.
And why did we postpone it? Because I mean, the people have to know it was in December, slated for December, and we expected it to be happening in December.
Yeah.
After the qualifying rounds, and then all of a sudden we heard the release that it was postponed to next year.
Yeah. We had a good plan to have it in December, but when the World Cup came in, the World Cup was everywhere. So we wanted more attention to the eSport. And when after the World Cup, then the Christmas came in, and we were like, the team said, you know what, we can't take these gamers from their family and focus their mind on this whilst Christmas season is on. So let's finish with the Christmas season. Let's sit down and let's plan a good day. And January came, but January is kind of like a new year. Everybody's trying to put their finances in good place. Companies are trying to see what program they are going to sponsor and stuff. So we felt like to help our sponsors, our participants, and most of all our audience, let's do it in February. But then everybody will be ready to kind of like come in and support and make this happen. So yeah, we made an announcement, and this time it's going to happen February 25th.
25th.
Yeah.
Here in Accra.
Yeah, and we'll be having it at Aviation Social Center.
It's changed from the old venue.
Yeah, this time we're making it big. So we're not going to use the arena again. We're going to use the Aviation Social Center, the hall, and have a whole stage. We have a lot of plan for these finals.
So Eric, I guess should be telling me about some of the plan. How big is it going to be in this final? And has the prize money changed? Is it still the old amount we need? We knew. And how big is this going to be? Since Eric is bringing a lot on board.
Well, I mean, I'll let Anthony speak to the tournament itself, but I'll say because this, right?
Now there's a new phase, so we need to see something new about the whole tournament. That's exactly what I want to mean. Like, so what's going to be new?
What we're doing is we're taking the right steps incrementally, right?
Yeah.
So it's going to be a matter of, I mean, you got to take it to market when the market's right. And so what we're doing right now is we're showing what we're capable of, which is putting on a tournament and showing that it works, right? So we're kind of what you might call proving the concept out. And that's what Anthony's done basically as he's put these together in these different markets, is he's proved the concept that it can be done here in Ghana. We can put on a tournament that works and functions and gets people participating and excited. So the time to, time to go big is going to be when the market is ready for it. So while this tournament, the finals, is certainly going to be the biggest one I think that Ghana's ever seen. In terms of what we're working towards, you're going to have to be patient with us, Dennis, because
So that should be a surprise for everybody.
there'll be good things coming. So this is just the start, is what we're saying, right? This is just the start of what's coming. The start is to show that we can do it, to show that it works. Each tournament we do will get better. Each time we do it, it'll get a little bigger. As people see what it is, as people get excited about participating, it'll grow, and the bigger it gets, the better it gets.
Send me your messages 0243765543 0243765543. That's only on WhatsApp. Don't call on the number because they will not answer. The messages are only forwarded to me. But let me get back to you. I want us to try to narrow it down certain specifics. There are a lot of promises in this new industry being introduced to Ghanaians. People are most often than not apprehensive when it's got to do with something new they are not used to. Specifically, how much do you think this space is worth now and in the future, especially to Ghana?
The eSports space.
The eSports, yes.
Well, what I'll say is not new to Ghanaians is having a good time, right? They all like to have fun.
Yes, they normally play for fun. And what happens here is that, so for those who want to try it as professional players, sometimes you are being discouraged by your parents or your family that, hey, you need to be serious because you need to do some serious business that brings income into you. People don't understand that this is a professional job. People are getting paid huge amounts for that. And so maybe they would have to understand that this is the amount in this space we can rake in.
Yes. Well, I'll say that you're absolutely right. No one should be dropping out of school yet to pursue this full time, right? I mean, it's a balance. Everyone needs a balance, just like any hobby or interest. The opportunity is when it is available to you, you can go after it, and that's what it's becoming, right? So you can't. There's nice prize money available now. It will get to a point that if you really want to focus on this and become a professional, you can make a good living. You can be very, very comfortable. It has to get there, though. You need the sponsorships, you need the participants, you need the audience, and so that's what you have to build first. In the U.S., what was the biggest, you were talking about the last tournament, the prize?
The last tournament was around $5 million.
$5 million.
That in the U.S.
That's for the prize money.
Yeah, that's for one team.
That's just one
team, $5 million.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's just one tournament. And
That's
there are a lot of these tournaments happening. There's different tournaments for different game types, and they all have these large pools. So the professional gamers where the industry is developed are making millions of dollars. And it's not just one or two. There's several gamers making a lot of money that do it professionally. So that's what's in it. And then it supports all of the other industries when you throw an event. I mean, the people coming to sell the concessions and the stadiums and things like that. So it supports. It's a big infrastructure that supports. So it supports a lot of jobs. It's not just the professional gamers benefiting. And then, of course, you have the participants who get to enjoy a new form of entertainment that's exciting. They don't have to wait 4 years for another World Cup. They can jump in and watch something that happens once a year.
Yeah, and to add on to what Eric just said, we'll be able to see how rapid technology is growing, how easy internet is giving access to the youth to be able to compete. And most of these gamers compete even online in tournament and win cash prize and get remitted the fee. Our tournament this time goes to the first prize winner with the 10,000 cities, second prize winner with 2,000, and the third prize winner with 1,000 cities. Apart from all that,
first prize 10,000.
Yeah.
Second prize is 2,000.
Yeah.
And the third prize
is 1,000 cities. With this put in, you can see that it's about 13,000 cities prize pool there. But apart from that, we're still also giving out awards to the best gamer. We're giving awards to the best female gamer. We're giving awards to the best manager. We're giving awards to the top scorer. We have a lot of awards in there to appreciate every single.
Plus this trophy.
The trophy. They take away the trophy and hold on to the first ever trophy.
So the winning team will take the trophy.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a beautiful one, I must say.
Yeah.
And we've always admired this trophy. So,
Yeah. So we see a lot of opportunities like this come and people don't take advantage of it. Just to later on find out like I should have joined the ride when it came, and that's how it is always. People are always going to be the last to make a decision, and those who come on board early get advantage of it and enjoy the ride.
Okay, so let's be wrapping up with the conversation, and now tell us about the final. Tell us all about the final. We know that it's happening on the February 25th
Yeah.
at Aviation Social Center. Is there anything you want to add about the final and final thoughts?
Okay, so it's an open gate. It's free.
It's free.
It's free. Anyone can come in. It's a free entertainment.
Will there
tournament.
be giant screens for people to be watching from afar?
Yeah, we have about I think it's 10 by 8 meters LED screen on stage. We have other screens on advantage points that people can watch in the hall, and we give opportunities to vendors, to sponsors to be able to come and market their product around, because Aviation Social Center is a social center. Like, who does an event in Aviation Social Center and doesn't get a big turnout? There are going to be a lot of people there. And we have so many plans working with our media partners to get it done. Getting everything ready is good. We're suiting up our gamers professionally dressed.
This time
up.
they are not going to be wearing the jerseys.
They'll be wearing their jerseys. They'll have their own trout suits. They'll have their own branded UPG slip-on. They have their own socks. They have their own arm sleeves. And they're going to be awarded medals too. Medals that are customizedly made for EPG tournament. So all the team members are going to have, it's going to be a wonderful experience. Like Eric and I always sit down and we're like, Anthony, like, are you ready for the ride? Because it's big. Eric and I were already talking about going to the African country.
Okay. Yeah, I heard that in the conversation.
So that is how big our vision is. But as Eric said, you just have to wait and see.
Okay, we just have to wait. Eric, I'll be taking your final thoughts. So for how long are you going to be waiting? If you have to wait to conquer Africa, how long do you think that project will be? And you have your final thoughts as well.
Well, Dennis has mentioned it's a little bit of as soon as, as the market responds is when we plan to act. But what we'll do now in Ghana, this is the first of what will be a recurring tournament happening. So this will not end. As soon as this one wraps up, we start the qualifiers for the next. And so this one is here in Ghana to stay. We're looking at one or two additional countries to start introducing, but hopefully over the next few years we get to the point where we see a majority of the African countries now hosting these tournaments, and we can then get ready for our first Africa-wide finals tournament.
Are you bringing partners from the US as well? Are you looking at bringing partners to get into this space?
Yeah. I mean, it's a possibility. That's why I'm here on the ground is to connect opportunities with investment capital. And so if as we prove things out here, obviously the bigger it gets, the more capital it may require. But if the potential is there and the promise is there, then we can certainly bring in the partners. The first goal, though, is partner with people here locally, partner with the sponsors, and partner with those that we can work with locally. And then if the need is there, then we can certainly bring in some of the partners I have from the U.S.
Okay, this one is from Joabo. He says, "Good afternoon to you, Africa. You're doing all. Please, are you trying to say that if you're interested now, you cannot be a part of it?" No, I'm not sure.
Okay, right now we have the finals coming off. That's for last year's qualifiers. So, but we're going to have the tournament run again for 2023.
When is it starting?
That one will be starting early in April. Yeah.
So if you're interested, now, I mean, the door is closed, or the window is closed. You have to wait until April to also get involved in the qualifiers, to also get in the final. But for now, it's for those who went through the qualifying rounds and now are in the final. Thank you very much, Anthony Botchway. You've been a nice guest. And of course, Eric Wood. We hope that you have a wonderful stay in Ghana, and then we see this thing going far around the world. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Thanks, Dennis.
So I've been speaking to the executives of UPG Sports. Anthony Botchway, the CEO, and managing partner Eric Wood have been talking to me. This is your Sports World. So the final is happening on the 25th of February at the Aviation Social Center. You can make your way there. All routes on that day leads to Aviation Social Center. It's free, and that is the reason why you have to go and watch how to also, pick up your skills and pick up your drills for the next edition, which starts in April. And so you have to be there. I'll be there to be doing my own things and all of that. But we're going to continue with the conversation and, of course, talk about the Black Galaxies who qualified by the skin of the teeth, I must say, in the ongoing African Championship of Nations in Algeria. They won by 3-1 against Sudan in their second game. They will not be playing in the last game because Morocco have been suspended from the tournament. And also the big one, do you think Akosiapia's third coming is a wise decision or will be a wise decision? We look at Akosiapia's interest to be Ghana's coach for the third time and why we should give him a chance as a country. Stay with us. We'll watch the Black Galaxies against Sudan and then we'll come back and continue with coach. And really, they are already here. We enter into the conversation.
Touch. Beautiful interception. Now back to Abdul Rahman. Gets it in free space here. And this could be the opener! Onslaughter! There was no surviving that. Absolutely carved out. Hot knife through butter. Sudan whips it in, going towards the far post, headed back in, and a chance here to slip it in! The Titans here for the Galaxies! And right at the stroke of halftime, Ghana right back in it! And the referee stands on no occasion, sending the two teams to the dressing room. Looking for a touch in here. This is a free and brought down in the box area. Referee points instantly. There you go, a stamp on the foot and brought down. That should be a penalty. And the verdict is penalty. Daniel Afriye completes the comeback. As the cross is bent in, arriving left, and it's a diving header. Absolutely brilliant team goal. And VAR says that will not count. Ghana will still rejoice in the fact that they did manage to come from a goal down. And there's a straight red card here. The drama never ceases in Constantine. David Abagna setting it on! Game, match, set! Then Ghana are right back in the equation here. It's Ghana 3, Sudan 1.
Yazabo, Yazalante, Zizin Zizi, or your Kings Drive Ghana Limited, and your Trottery, and your taxi driver, another Trotto driver, and put a one Kasamusa Kawakala, now your car owner, on the Mawada Yana there, as the wood driver's license, never your two guarantors, a final deposit 10%, Nanyan, I your car owner, a fish channel today, you're more free comprehensive insurance, open the payment to sir, or you're flexible, about Tobas near Chanaka Crankaka, and you how cry, Trotron taxi driver's way, even car no pay, Yawahunda, Toyota. Dau, Nissan, Sprinter, Kia, Shade, Kabia, you will be a motorbike, and a tricycle, small tractor, Aboso Kamacho, Mighty, Kia truck, you will need Nara, Pawani Track, your head office, our cars one, old timers, off Kasobo Jasi Road, Coporidia branch, Zoom Highway, your Benfidiasi, traffic light, Asamankasa branch, you know oil filling station, Accra Road, Isawan branch, your National Car Health Service, Adwaju, Kasua branch, opposite old ECG, off Kasua Yanyan Road, Kumasi branch, Adjoso, Hamasaman branch, Satellite Junction off Accra and Samam Road. Somenya branch opposite main lorry station. And now friend
0245 637 786. And now say 0550 342 615.
Kings Drive Ghana Limited. Hard work rewards.
Topmost best African Indian astrologer Baba Ganesh offers numerous astrology services here in Ghana. Contact our astrologer expert in diverse human-related problems such as business failure, depression, sexual weakness, black magic, marital problems, education, childbirth, witchcraft, jealousy, curses, bad luck, broken relationships, love, dealing with juju and voodoo, enemies, family issues, health problems, among others. Through direct appointments, any kind of problem will be solved within 9 days with 100% guarantee. There are remedies for all types of problems and lifetime protection. Call +233 273 808.
All right, thanks for staying. This is your Sports World. Eric Pepper, I've seen your message. Happy New Year, and I'll be reading the messages shortly. But let me introduce my wonderful guests. Yeah, I mean, you know them from last year. They've been wonderful, and the feedbacks for them has been encouraging. That's why always we make sure that they come to serve you your interests. You want to see them all the time, and that's why they're always here. William Bejeke, ex-player of Accra, Heart of Oak. Really, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year,
Great
Dennis.
to be back.
Good to be back.
Great to be back.
Extremely happy. Miss the crew, miss everybody at TV Africa.
Exactly.
Extremely happy to be back.
I hope your holiday periods were.
It was excellent, relaxing as well.
My director is telling me that from here you come for his Christmas gifts.
No problem.
And
we'll sort that in out after.
All right, Richie, so that's for your information. All right, so he's not here alone, of course. The second wonderful gentleman. He's back fresh from Benin. He went to save a situation in Benin, and he did it. He saved the club there. He was telling us about his journey in Benin. A CAF license, A coach. Most of his boys call him the masterminder because he knows his job. Coach Prince George Kofi. Coachy, Happy New Year and good afternoon as well.
Many happy returns.
Welcome back from Benin.
Thank you so
Real
much.
Sports de
Parakou, yes.
That's the shade you're wearing.
Yeah.
How is it? How was it in Benin?
It was fantastic, you know. I told you
Yes.
before I went, you knew their situation.
Yes. They
And
were
you
in a
even
dire situation.
and you asked if I was going to do it, and I was very confident, very optimistic. And indeed, when I went there, I was able to break that jinx. Yeah.
They had not scored in over 8 games.
Yes.
He went and he showed that he is the masterminder. That's why some of these clubs in Ghana, you don't see, the assets we have here. Countries elsewhere are seeing the assets in him and they are utilizing it. They knew their trouble. They were in a relegation drop, and he went there and he did miracles. And then job done, he left them. He's back in the country. So now, coach, you're free, aren't you?
I'm free now.
So the clubs, please, you cannot underestimate these assets here. You need to utilize it. Gentlemen, let's talk about the GHANE quickly. And I'm sure you've seen the games so far, 2 games for the Black Colours. And in the last game, Sudan 3-1. Let me ask this straight away. Thus, what we see reflects the quality of the league. Is it exactly so?
Well, let me start by acknowledging, recognizing, and appreciating our viewers. We are serving them, and we are here because of them. We appreciate their feedback. The GHANE was a platform for the countries that qualify to show the strength of their domestic leagues. In the past, we realized that it was the North Africans and to some extent the Southern African League that was rich. So this one was the platform. I was extremely enthusiastic and optimistic when I saw the Galaxy team preparing towards the GHANE. I realized they were involved in about 3 games. They won 2.
For me, I believe that their preparation was top notch. I just have to credit the agency.
They won 2, they drew 1. So I knew that it was a done deal. I recognized that defensive setup was okay, midfield creativity was okay, the technical team were okay, attacking were okay, until the game against Madagascar, the first game.
They even drew against Algeria in one of the friendly games.
You understand? So that was where I began asking some questions. What went wrong? You realize that the coordination and the understanding between the goalkeeper and the first line of defense was not working. the understanding between the defenders and the midfielders, Bobo, the understanding between the midfielders and attackers, it was not working. What went wrong? That was the question. And I also realized that for that, maybe some people who thought they had signed contract elsewhere wouldn't want to involve themselves too much in the game. Others who did not sign contract but trying to catch the eye of agents.
I know that there are lots of agents, over 200 agents from Europe there.
They were being individualistic. Therefore, there was nothing like a teamwork. That was where the problem. I was quite disappointed, just as Coach Arno